Good afternoon to all of you. Today's class is for MBA 4th, as well as this class is also beneficial for BBA Finance as well as MBA second semester. So these chapters is very common where you want to learn budget or budgetary control. So this class is beneficial for BBAs, MBA second or MBA 4th all. In the last class, we learned about the sales budget as well as the introduction of the budget. In introduction, we have discussed that budget will be classified according to functions: sales budget, production budget, cash budget, manpower budget, and so on and so forth. So many budgets. But these are the important budget. In the last class, we discussed about the sales budget, how we prepare sales budget. In this class, as also I have discussed that sales budget is the first budget, because all the budgets are based on sales budget. Without sales budget, you cannot prepare production budget, you cannot prepare cash budget. Just use here also, I will just show you the example how sales budget is important for production budget. This production budget, we are going to forecast that how much quantity of goods you want to produce in future. How you produce, how much you produce, tell me. You take simple example, that how much kgs of rice you want to cook today. So how much rice? 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg, 10 kg, how much rice? Do you want to cook 50 kgs of rice together today only? No. Why? For this you are supposed to have the idea that how much person is going to take lunch at home. How many persons are there? And what is the intake? Maybe Shankar is supposed to eat 1 kg of rice at one time. And suppose there are 4 persons in the family. It means 4 kg of rice. It means sales is how much? You are estimating that 4 kg of rice 4 persons will consume. That is sale. But it means what? That is sales. Estimated sales is estimated sales. See, without sales budget we cannot prepare. How much sales? 4 kg. Why? 4 persons are there. It means there is a must to sell 4 kg of rice. Okay? But would you like to produce only 4 kg of rice at the rate of 1 kg per head? No. Why? Maybe because today you are preparing chicken tandoori. So maybe some of us, maybe Shankar, will consume not 1 kg but 1.5 kg or 1.25 kg. Is that clear? So, or if not, then okay, that will remain on stock. That is closing stock. So that in the morning we will make a jeera fry and we will consume. It means in addition to estimated sales, you have to have the idea about the desired closing stock. That is, in addition to 4 kg of rice, we want to produce half kg more or 1 kg more. It means how much quantity you want to sell? You want to cook 5 kg? No. Why? Because in the fridge you have rice. Suppose you have 1 kg rice remains in the fridge, which from the last night. which remains, which you did not ate. So that is what? That is the opening stock. Opening stock means the closing stock of the previous night. So this is your opening stock. Now suppose opening stock is 1 kg. Estimated sales is 4 kg. Desired closing stock is 1 kg. And opening stock is 1 kg. It means how much quantity of rice you want to produce? 5 kg? 6 kg? Or 4 kg? I don't know. Please give me the answer. 3 options are there. 6 kg, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6. 4 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2. Or 4 plus 1 minus 1, 4. Which is the right answer? Right answer is 4 kg of rice you are going to sell because you keep it in your stomach. 1 kg may or may not be, but you have to produce, you have to make, you have to cook. It means 5 kg is must, but there is 1 kg of rice already you have in the fridge that you don't need to cook. So 1 kg of rice which you don't need to cook. So this is 4 plus 1, 5, minus 1 is 4. It means how much you want to produce, that is, what is your production budget? In quantity? In quantity, production budget is 4 kg only. Because how we calculate this? That is estimated sales plus desired closing stock and minus opening stock. We don't need to prepare. We don't need to make. So 4 kg is your estimated sales, 1 kg is desired closing stock. This also you have to make. So 4 plus 1 you have to make. But 1 kg remains in the fridge. So you don't need to prepare this. So 4, 1, 5 you need, but 1 kg you don't need. So from 5 kg deduct 1 kg, it means you need to prepare only 4 kg. Is that clear? This is called production budget. Now, production cost budget. How we prepare production cost budget? For production cost budget, you need to have the idea about the raw materials. Per unit, per kg of raw material, how much per unit, per kg of raw material. Suppose 4 kg of rice at the rate of 1 rupees per kg. It means 4 rupees of raw materials. Closing stock. Closing stock. This is in estimated sales. You have to have the idea about the sales, how much sales you have. So estimated sales, in this estimated sales you have to have the idea of the whole, at what price you are selling the rice or bhat. You can cooked rice. So from that sales you should deduct the closing stock. Closing stock of what? Closing stock of the cooked rice. How much cost incurred? And thereafter, you deduct the opening stock. But if I say you that if I want to This is manufacturing. But if I say the trading business, then how you calculate? Then no need to go through the manufacturing product, that is raw materials cost plus wages plus overhead, all this you add plus profit. Thereafter you make the sales, and thereafter again closing stock of what? The cooked rice. Again there is raw materials, work in process, finished overhead, all this you have to add, and thereafter you calculate. But in trading, suppose I do the trading of rice only, just buy and sell, then how much I want to produce. So here also there is a sale of 4 kg, desired closing stock of 1 kg. I'm considering about the raw materials, only the rice. How much rice you want to produce? I'm not talking about the cooked rice. I'm considering the rice only. What's the price? What's the price of what? How much amount of rice, and what's the cost of that rice? Here, if I consider the sales 4 kg at the rate of rupees 1 per kg, 1 kg closing stock rupees 1, opening stock rupees 1. Why? Because 1 kg of rice you purchase at the rate of 1 kg, 1 rupees per kg. So 4 kg which you want to sell, that is 4 rupees. You have a closing stock, desired closing stock of 1 kg, that is 4 plus 1, 5 kg, 5 rupees. And opening stock, you have already 1 kg of rice. So the amount is 4 rupees. 4 plus 1 minus 1, that is 5 minus 1 is 4. Is that clear? So this what we have discussed right now for manufacturing as well as for trading. For trading, this we are considering for rice only. So we want to produce rice of 4 rupees, not 5 rupees, not 6 rupees. But when we consider the manufacturing process, that is rice being converted into cooked rice, so that we take, then this 4 kg is not required, then more than this. What is that? That in this we include the wages, the person who is cooking the rice, the expenses, the gas, the cost which is incurring for that gas, that is overhead, lighting, all this we have to include. The Sanjeev Kapoor, that is head cook, who is preparing the rice, to whom you are paying salary. All these when you add, then you will get the cost of production. Thereafter you will add the administrative cost and selling and distribution expenses. Then you will get the total cost. They will add the profit, and this will become the sales. Is that clear? So rest we will discuss. This is the production cost, production budget we have discussed. The next one is the cash budget. Simple. I want to discuss this cash budget. Cash budget is what? That again you have to forecast the cash. That how much cash, because budget you prepare for 2 reasons, as per the time also. Short-term budget or long-term budget. And as per the flexibility also. That is fixed budget and flexible budget. That we will discuss later on. So when we prepare the cash budget, in cash budget we have to estimate the cash which require in future, in short term as well as in long term. Short term means in the coming 6 months, every month how much cash we need, and this Detail we will get from cash budget, not from production budget as well as from sales budget. So, the cash budget is what? Cash budget is the detailed information of cash receipt and cash disbursement. Cash disbursement. Disbursement means payment. Receipt means inflow. And payment means outflow. That is how much cash comes in and how much cash goes out. How much is the receipt, that is opening cash plus receipt, and how much cash you want to distribute, allocate, pay in the future. This amount, this will give you the information about that how much cash is available every month in advance, so that you are well prepared that in the next month there is a deficit of cash, then you can take that, manage that cash from bank so that the operation will not take halt. There will be smoothness in your operations. Otherwise, one fine morning, if you find that I need 5 lakhs of rupees, but you don't have rupees, that you don't have cash, then what happens? There will be a problem. But if you have the idea that because you have prepared cash budget, that in the third month you will need 5 lakhs of rupee, then from now you prepare, then from now you just make an effort that you will get that 5 lakhs rupee well in advance, so that in that month you don't have any problem to spend. Is that clear? So next, in details, we will discuss the cash budget with examples in the next class. Thank you very much.